Another one, another 12 HT. Listen to that. I'll get my microphone close. Don't she sound sweet? She's a beauty. Now, why is there so much red dust on this one? Let me turn it off. There's a lot of red dust on this one because this bad boy, FJ45, it's a 8th month 1983, has just done the top end. It's just been to the Cape and back again. Now these are Victorian boys. This one has travelled with Zach. The last walk around I did of the Victorian that come up to the top end of Queensland, well, these guys travelled together and they've put a lot of their videos on social media. It's been really cool to see what these vehicles have done. And this one's Tom's. Now let me tell you about Tom's vehicle. Tom's vehicle is, he's kind of the 4th owner, but his granddad was the previous owner, and his granddad lived in the Victorian high country up in that region. And when his granddad rocked it, it had a 2F, and now it's got the 12 HT. So his granddad had it for 8 years, and now it's been passed down, which is great to see. It's not a show pony. These guys are wheeling, touring, traveling Australia, and they've stopped and made their way to Mr. Landcruiser. And while they were up there, some cool stuff. The damage on this one was pretty minimal. It did a starter motor and put a fan through the radiator at some stage, but he did the whole tally track without a fan, and good old engine. You can heat them up, nothing alloy there. And I believe it was the Pasco crossing.
It's under here.
Beat it to it.
Woo! Pasco River.
This was one of the first vehicles for the season to cross that crossing. So you see in the footage, it's pretty deep and it's pretty wild up there. So testament to these vehicles and the lads that were brave enough to do them. Look really, really cool. Let's talk about the rig itself. Up the front, a winch that didn't break down. The Runva, it's got the ARB bull bar and the UHF aerial up here, and a set of King's LED lights. The real entertaining stuff is back here. This is where it's all going on. Now, Tom made this all himself. He made both boxes. Now, one box is full of clothes, power, and fridge. This is mainly the dry box. It keeps things all sealed in there. And he's made the rear box for everything else, from food, recovery gear, camp gear, all sorts of stuff like that. And behind me, you've got a table, jerry can, a spare wheel, garbage bag, things like that going on there. So he's really utilised the space. Now this was an original tray from Toyota in its day. It don't look like it because Tom's gone ahead and on the back there he's welded on the extra bits. He's made a battery box. There's a battery in there. He's done all that himself, so it doesn't quite look like something you get from Toyota in 1983 anymore. Very, very custom. Above my head, these are for the fishing rods, if you don't know. That keeps them nice and safe, stops them from losing it. And the rooftop tent. Now this is Overland Outfitters. These guys, jump on their Instagram page, especially if you own a 40. Give these guys some support because they're a small business. They've put a lot into this. And on top of the thing, Tom has his solar power, so he's utilised space and the sun up there. Really smart move. And he's got some tie downs if he wants to remove that and use it for anything else. That's the exterior. I do know it sits pretty well because there's a lot of weight here. So testament to Train Tamer. He's got the Train Tamer lift underneath here. This one's not locked. He's done the whole trip there and back again, all natural. 40 series will always get you home. Let's go and have a look inside this vehicle. Get a load of this bad boy. This one has been kept pretty plain and simple. Just a touring rig, and again, like the last one, his mate Zach's, they're used, they're dusty, they're dirty. I really, I don't know. I just got a soft spot for vehicles like this. They're always my favourite. This one has got an aftermarket vinyl floor been in there, and the big giveaway, it's got turbo seats. They're out of a 60 series, so he's gone for a different seat. I've ran these in mine for a while. They're pretty comfy, pretty cool. Mine were a bit too old, so I got rid of them, but I've sat in this one. I haven't driven it, I've sat in it. It's very, very comfy. Behind me is where he keeps all his stickers of traveling. Above my head, he's got what is a very simple, used to be a simple console setup, just hung a few little things. The UHF used to sit up there and a little bit of a shelf, and removed that for now, and he's got the UHF lower, one aftermarket gauge. And remember, this is an FJ45. It was a 2F when Grandad had it, so it's got the old school choke and the petrol dash in there. The only other thing I see going on, a man needs to hold his drink, so he's got a coffee cup stubby holder right there. Otherwise, this one's factory. Okay, just a couple of things I didn't mention outside the vehicle. That snorkel is a whistle and soot. Hit us up if you want to quote. Hit whistle and soot up if you want to quote, but they do the stainless, you can powder coated, you've got so many options. They're a very cool 4-inch bit of kit. And these, Tom told me these were off somebody else's, that they were parting an old 40 out, so they were direct bolt on, but that makes the world of difference to your sills. Protect that. Very, very cool. Now, both Zach and Tom have visited us today. It's so good being part of the community. The last time I seen these fellas was down at Dargo Hotel, where there was a meet for 40 series owners. If you own one of these, if you're into wheeling and touring, it's such a cool scene where you get to see people every few years and catch up again. Such a pleasure having you in here, guys. We'll see you again, probably me in the Victorian High Country. I can't wait. This is an FJ45, 8th month, 1983. Oh yeah, Daddy.